It's just been so incredible, and people have really welcomed me with open arms, and they are so excited about what's next for Kenny and what's to come. And although people did not like my character too much in season 5 with how he acted, they still had warm praises for my performance and everything, and still how Kenny is growing as a character.
How are you doing? I know you joined the show in season 4, and it's such a huge show, such a huge hit for Netflix. Talk to me a little bit about your experience with the show before. Were you a big fan, and your experience with it now?
Yeah, so I was a huge fan of Cobra Kai, especially whenever I heard about the fact that I was going to audition for the show. And I remember watching the show within 3 weeks. I watched all season 1, 2, and 3, and I just enjoyed every single one individually. And I thought it was just a masterpiece. And then when I got the opportunity to actually film the project, I mean, just having the opportunity to work with some of the best actors that I have personally worked with and witnessed. Now, I mean, just seeing all the fan reception about season 4 and season 5 has just been so exciting to me. And I'm still a huge fan of the show, even though I'm on it, and it's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, what a great project. I know this is going to be the beginning of a long and very successful career for you, but what an amazing project to kind of start. And like you said, with these other actors who you're kind of learning from, does it kind of feel like you're learning on the job? Like it feels like acting school almost, when you're on a project like this?
In a way, it does feel like acting school, but it has to be the most exciting acting school that I've ever been to personally. I mean, so I understand what you're saying. Like, I get the chance to learn from people like Thomas Ian Griffith and Ralph Macchio and William Zabka, and they teach me so many things about the art of acting. They teach me about what it's like to be on set back in the Karate Kid days. Like, it's been an incredible journey, and just to have that guidance from them has been so special to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And even just what you kind of alluded to, I feel like there's such a rich history and legacy to this
Yeah.
entity, to this, franchise in a way. What has your experience been like? I know you mentioned before you're a fan of the show, but with interacting with fans of a show like this, who I'm sure, are online talking about how much they love it, how they feel about certain things. How has that been too? Because I'm sure that kind of changed overnight the second you joined the show.
It really did change overnight. I mean, first of all, I remember the first really change in my life was my Instagram followers. I know how interesting that sounds. I remember seeing them skyrocketing, and I didn't know how popular the show was until
Yeah.
I saw that, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is insane. But and then the fan reception, like I said earlier, I mean, it's just been so incredible, and people have really welcomed me with open arms, and they are so excited about what's next for Kenny and what's to come. And although people did not like my character too much in season 5 with how he acted, they still had warm praises for my performance and everything, and still how Kenny is growing as a character.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also I want to talk too, I know you have there's a film coming out soon and other projects and everything. How has it been too once you are in a show like this and then other opportunities are kind of opening up too and that you're able to, I'm sure, stay really busy, and also be in new projects.
Yeah, that's the blessing of this show. I mean, this show has opened so many doors for me, and I can't be thankful enough for all the actors and creators on that show. So I appreciate them. But like you said, like it really has opened so many doors for me. I have another project coming out called 1-800 Hot Night, and having the opportunity to be on that show and that movie was just it was incredible to work with so many great actors and artists on that show. But no, I'm so grateful for what Cobra Kai has done for me, and I can't wait to keep growing as an artist and keep growing as a character in Kenny.
Absolutely. So what if you could decide, let's say you were in the writer's room or something, well, where would you want your character to go? You know what I mean? Like where would you see what are some fun things if you could pick, I guess, just a fun question.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see them go a little bit deeper into the whole storyline of figuring out where my parents are, figuring out what my brother is doing at the moment. I'm also just very interested to see what dojo Kenny decides to go to, and who he decides to lean on for future seasons, because he has been betrayed in past seasons, so it's going to be interesting to see where he goes there. But I'm gonna trust the creative team. I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
Right. Listen, it's a huge hit. I don't think they've failed you guys yet, so I'm sure it's going to
Right,
be exciting
exactly,
wherever it goes. Right. And I know
exactly.
you mentioned 1-800 Hot Night, and I know it's a coming of age story too. So how does it feel too to be able to pour into characters like this? I imagine kind of connecting the thread of both, who are in your age range. You know what I mean? Who are going through things that I'm sure you're experiencing now as a human outside of just being an actor. You know.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing about both of those characters is that I really connect with them on a spiritual level, and I was able to use one of my characters' emotions into another, and I was just able to bounce back and forth with them, and I got to use what I've learned on Cobra Kai to go into 1-800 High Night in the filming and how to interact with different co-stars and how to really be prepared and be professional at all times, and even how to really tap into my emotions with the characters. So it's been really cool to see that, but I really connect with my character Tommy in 1-800 Hot Night just as I connect to Kenny and Cobra Kai.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know it's coming out later this year, so we're going to be super excited to keep our ears to that. And I'm sure it'll be excited
Yeah,
when it comes out.
sure.
And I know too that you also, with being on a show like this, you also have a platform. And I know that you also are a big supporter of, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital and these things. How does it feel, now that, again, you have a platform like this and you can kind of give back to certain things that you really feel passionate about and kind of shed light on these things to your audience?
Yeah. Having this platform is really important to me. And I wanted to use this platform to really, share awareness for a lot of people and a lot of different just passions of mine personally, like St. Jude. I mean, St. Jude is such an important part of my life. And I want people to understand the rich history of St. Jude and why it's so important to a lot of other kids who want to have the same passions and dreams as me and other actors in the world. So it's important to me, and I'm like I said earlier, I'm so grateful for this for the platform that I have because I can use it for good, and that's always been something that I've wanted to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's a beautiful thing to be able to get to do, right? And it's exciting to be able to see you do that. So then again, just like for my last question, I know it's the fall now, we're going up towards the end of the year, and it's been an exciting past couple of years for you. But what are you most looking forward to as your career continues to evolve and grow? What are some things maybe that you haven't checked off on your list yet that you'd like to, or what are some things that you're looking forward to in the near future?
Yeah, I would definitely like to see an action movie happen, possibly. I mean, that's always been a dream of mine to be in like a Fast and Furious as project. So if I got the chance to do that, that would be insane. But I'm just really interested to see what my future is going to look like, the projects that I'm going to do, the people that I'm going to have the chance to work with. So I'm really excited for the future. I know I'm just gonna keep working hard, and then we'll see what happens. But the action movie is definitely something that I want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely see it. Listen, especially with Cobra Kai already, I can definitely see that happening. So definitely congratulations. Thanks for chatting with us.